What's good, everybody? My name is Landmarq. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Beat Bodega episode 2. Now, if you're new here, I just want to explain what Beat Bodega is all about. Basically, Bodega is a place where you go to get a variety of things in a specific community. And the Bodega's variety changes depending on what community that you're in. So when it comes to the Beat Bodega, you come to my channel for specific sound. I try my best to fulfill your need through my sound. So that's why you keep coming back here to see me, because you value what I bring to the table. So that's what the Beat Bodega is all about. Now that we got that out the way, what we're going to talk about today is Native Instruments expansions. And I know there's a lot of people that have followed me for a long time, but there's a bunch of new people that have a bunch of different questions. And in this era of sample pack mania, Native Instruments expansions have been around for a long time. An expansion from Native Instruments is basically a sample pack that's filled with drums and melodies and all kinds of different things that are tailored specifically for Native Instruments products. And oftentimes what you'll find in an expansion has much more content than a regular sample pack that you'll buy off of an artist. Some sample packs out there are fantastic. Some of my favorites are decaps, decap drum kits, drums that knock. Yeah, decap drums that knock. All of the volumes are crazy. Ill Minds, Black Kits, all of his are crazy. Those are just some examples of some really deep content, all original sounds and things like that. But Native Instruments expansions are the same. Like, all of those sounds are tailored from scratch. Nothing's recycled. And with as many sample packs as are out there now, you never know like who's recycling samples unless that artist that you follow has proven their ability to create stuff from scratch. So that's what I love about Native Instruments expansions. And what takes it even further is that all the expansions are categorized into genres of music. If you're trying to hone in a specific sound, those sounds will be useful to you because they're genre specific. And so, speaking of expansions, there's a new expansion out called Magnetic Coast. If you love that lo-fi sound, this expansion has that sound profile. So without further ado, let's dig into Magnetic Coast. We'll create a beat from all of the sounds in that expansion, so you guys can kind of get a feel of what's all in that expansion. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I haven't dug through it yet, so it's going to be a surprise to me, all the sounds that you hear. So you know what it is. Let's dig into it. Let's go. All right, so now that we're in Maschine, we're going to be making a beat with Magnetic Coast. But first, before I begin, I want to show you all of the expansions. Now, listen, this is a lot, but I've been using Maschine for 10 years. So this is a collection of stuff that I've acquired over 10 years. The best time to buy, if you don't have a lot of these, the best time to get all of them collectively is usually during like a 4th of July sale or Black Friday. They usually have 60% discounts. It's crazy. But that's what I ended up doing, was like I was trying to play catch up. So I waited until then to get them. And I got all of them. Spent a nice penny, but it was a good time to buy them. But a lot of the things that come out are very time specific. So like Pure Drip, for example, came out a few months ago, but right now it's on. All of the sounds in Pure Drip are basically like that trap style that's been out right now as far as mainstream media. So if you're looking for a specific sound, sometimes it's better to go now rather than wait. Now, a good thing about expansion packs is that when you go online and look at their product page, like, you can click and listen to the sounds that are inside of the expansion. And they do a pretty good job of showcasing a lot of the different vibes and a lot of different sounds that you can achieve with said expansion. So I love that feature. That's usually what turned me over in the past to getting an expansion over, say, a $30 sample pack. Let me spend $20 more and have, you get a better idea of what's inside. And they give a description. I mean, 46 machine kits, 51 battery kits, 396 loops. I mean, there's a lot in an expansion, and for the cost compared to some of the other sample packs that are out there, the value is there, and that's what you're looking for. When you're spending money on yourself and you're investing in yourself, you're looking for the value. So I'm gonna try to work my way through some of these kits. Usually everyone starts at the top and goes down until they hear a specific sound. So let's start from the bottom and go from there. Drums. I like that guitar. Okay, I'm going to start with this kit, On Point kit. I'm going to take some drums from, I think, Thistle kit, and I'm going to take some of the sounds from this On Point kit and create a group with just the sounds that I want from these two preset kits. Yeah, I like these drums. Drums are fire. So basically what I did was just, I took these 8 pads, right click, copied, came over to the Thistle kit, cleared out 9 through 16, highlighted them, right click, paste, and it worked. So that's cool. All right, so now I got a little baseline of what I want to work with. I gotta set some choke groups. Choke group, just for those that don't know, is basically when I hit this pad and then hit this pad, me hitting the secondary pad automatically triggers a stop on the previous pad. So the samples don't bleed over into each other. So like you hear how this is. What I can do is set choke groups, pad mode, choke group 1. And then let's do the same thing for the top keys, different choke group. So now you can hear. Little explanation on choke groups. I know that's kind of tedious for those that have been around a long time, but there's a lot of new people here. So choke group, explanation, boom, there you go. So I'm not really sure what tempo I want to set. Let's start off with 90, man. This kind of gives that 90 vibe, the 90 BPM. So let's see what it sounds like. Let's not start with drums. I don't ever start with drums. Why am I doing that? Let me change these colors real quick. Basically, Datsun explains this pretty well in his videos, and he uses this feature a lot. But velocity destination basically is how hard I hit the pad. There's dynamics to that. So like the softer I hit it, the lighter the sound, the harder I hit it, the harder the sound. And what velocity destination does is basically that sound, no matter how hard or how soft you hit it, won't go below a certain volume level. So 70% volume, no matter how soft I hit this, it's It's not going to go below that value. Let's try to get a melody going. Like that. All right, I think I got a shell. I got two different types of patterns in there. Let's add some sidechain compression. See if we can. Oh yeah. Yep. That's a better dynamic. So I love this sound. I like the vibe. I think I found it. Need a bass. Not that. Maybe this? Let's try it out. All right, so I'll show you real quick how I start to arrange things in Maschine Jam. So I have this nice little template and I like this groove. So I start adding and adding and adding things, and then eventually what I'll do is just duplicate this same pattern a bunch of times and then start stripping things away. So for instance, I duplicated this a couple times, duplicate. I'll come back to the beginning. I'll take away the drums. Let's take away all the drums. So I'm gonna leave those little accents in there, but let me take away even these keys here. Let's see what it sounds like. So now I have that, you know, and that's usually like the little intro part. Then I'll come to the next track that I duplicated. One thing that you have to remember though is like you don't delete. You don't always make sure you have that first idea duplicated enough so where that you don't like accidentally like delete all the stuff. Like, oh snap, I didn't save a copy of the pattern that I wanted to keep. So I did that. Let's go to the next one, and you know maybe we'll bring in those other keys. So I'll strip the drums away again, maybe all the way up until I want the drums to come in. So delete those. So and then maybe I want to drop these out. So drop those out, drop those hi-hats, and then go into the next pattern and then say, let's take away these keys, and then we'll bring in the bass. Let's see, duplicate. What did I do here? Oh yeah, okay. So I duplicated this. So let's have the top one as the bass. Oh, actually, let's do one more duplicate. So I can have just the bass in pattern 1, just the synth in pattern 2, and then both in pattern 3. All right, so that's how I'll keep myself straight. And then say in the 5th one, I'll have the bass come in here, so it'll sound like. And then maybe for this one, I will, for pattern 6, I'll switch it up. That's not what I want. I'll switch it up. I'll take maybe these sounds out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete. And then. And then, I don't know. And then pattern 7, everything back in, and then just do both together. This is by no means like a finished product, but just using something like an expansion, magnetic coast. I mean, there's all kinds of possibilities. Like I made this in like an hour, you know, and I actually take a really long time to arrange things because like I really get into being picky about certain small things that don't necessarily matter. It's actually better that I record a video because I'm aware of the time. But all of this stuff can be created pretty quickly, just like the last episode I talked about sparking ideas. So something like an expansion, you can dig into it, listen to the presets, find some ideas, mess around with the arrangements of things, pull drums from this preset, pull chords from this preset, or just even digging through all of the sounds individually. See, I mean, just all the categories here, like whatever, drums, you know, let's click on drums, for instance, claps, crash. I mean, it all comes like this. So you don't have to rearrange a sample pack yourself. It's already set. And it works well with the workflow. So finding things is really easy when you're using expansions. So without further ado, I'm going to try and mess with this arrangement and see what a finished product would sound like. Here we go.